Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. My name is Zuka and today we'll talk about PvP on StarCraft 2. I will show you a really easy macro build order. You will see you don't need a lot of micro to do it. I think that it's a really cool build for beginners. Soon I will use a variation of this build order to do another video about a PvX build order. It will come in few weeks. So if you want this kind of content and if you want to see this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and to ring the bell. Let's go for the PvP build order. We are on Desora. I'm the red Protoss at the top left corner and there is another Protoss at the bottom right corner. We'll go in my vision and I will explain you my build order and how it works. So first thing to do is a pylon at 14 at this position. Really important to put it at this position because you will use this pylon to add shield battery later in the game. So I will scout just after my pylon. It can be a bit strange, to be honest, but you will see that in many cases you will be able to put some pressure to your opponent with this probe, and if you play against a cannon launcher you will see it on time because you will meet the probe at the middle of the map. Okay, pylon gateway at 16 at this position, then gas at 17. After this you will see I will do something a bit funny. I use it a lot and sometimes you will instantly win with just this. To be honest, sometimes you just win with this. So I will go in his base and I will add one pylon just here. So it's a fake, it's a total fake cannon rush. But sometimes the Protoss player will add a forge, he will cancel his gas, he will pull like 10 probes or things like this, and in many cases you will simply win the game. Recently I won a game because the opponent cancel a gas, I cancel my pylon, I take his gas, then I play my macro game, and with only one gas he can't really win the game. So it's one example of what you can do. So after this I will add my second gas. I add it at 19 and 3 probes in the first gas. Okay, I keep my probe here. So it depends of the game. Sometimes I will send my probe back to my base if I don't want to scout more, but sometimes I will just keep my probe here and I will try to block the Nexus, because the only perfect way to play against this build order is to fast expand. If it doesn't fast expand, you will win the game. I will add my cybernetic core as soon as my gateway is finished, and I will put 2 probes in each gas and my second pylon. So I will add my second pylon at this position because I want to add a shield battery. Sometimes I add it, sometimes I doesn't. It depends of the game, but this position is really good to put the shield battery. So I scout the opponent. I want to check what happened. It's really important. So here he has 3 probes sorry in each gas, pylon behind the mineral line. It can be a Twilight Council or Stargate. To be honest, this kind of thing looks like Twilight Council or Stargate, and I will simply add my Nexus at 24 probes. Sometimes I do it at 23. It doesn't change anything. To be honest, it doesn't change anything. And I will chrono boost my Stalker. I will start my my warp gates, and I will add my Stargate. It really depends. If the opponent doesn't scout you, you can add the Stargate before the warp gate, and sometimes you can even add the Stargate before the Stalker. But it's a bit risky. It's a bit risky to do this kind of thing, but it can work. Okay, I'll scout again. I want to check what happened, so I will add one pylon here to check what kind of units are coming. So here this is 2 Stalkers. There is 2 cases. It can be 2 Stalkers, it can be 2 Adepts, sometimes Stalker, Sentry, but there is no many things like this. I will start my second Stalker and I will add my shield battery. So here you are safe against first pressure. In case of Adept, most of the time now I will simply play with Phoenixes on my Stargate. because in many cases, if he does adept, he will start with a Stargate. So doing Phoenixes are great in this case against a player who will do this kind of pressure, double Stalker. You can do Void first. But in both cases, you can do Oracle, then Void, or then Phoenix. If you play with Oracle, it's a bit risky because of course you can take a big pressure, but you can win the game. You can still win the game. I played against some player around 5k 5 mmr who does proxy robo or 4 gates or things like this. You can still win the game with this kind of opening. Okay, shield battery here because I don't know if it does a Stargate. So in case of Oracle, it can be good. And now I just keep making props. So as you can see, I don't scout a lot, but I don't really need it. You will see that you will hold almost anything with this. So if the opponent doesn't make a fast Nexus, you can make less probe. What is really important here is to keep your defense. You need to have a great defense because you can lose the game now. There is 2 hard timing. The first one is between 4-minute mark and 5-minute mark. The second one is around 8-minute mark. You will understand why. So here I did a third Stalker. Most of the time I doesn't build this Stalker. It depends on the game. Here I saw 2 Stalkers. I didn't see any attack from him. So for me it can be 4 gate. It can be a 4 gate. It can be a 3 gate robo. It can be things like this. So I did my my third Stalker, but you don't really need it. After your first Void, you will start your robotic. Then I will add some shield battery. So as you can see here, I cut my economy a lot because I doesn't know what happened. I didn't see any units coming to my base, so I add this second shield battery. I will try to pressure my opponent a little bit. Here I see that he has a robo. So in many cases, if he has a robo, he will not really attack you. So yeah. Here I did a little mistake. I lost my my Oracle, but I killed 5 probes. So if you keep your Oracle alive in this situation, you can use it for stasis trap. It's really good. In terms of unit, I will simply make Void, and Immortal. Of course, I will do one observer in case of DT. But if I'm sure that it doesn't make any DT, I will go directly to Immortal. Here I know that it doesn't make any DT because I saw a lot of any DT. Yes, I saw a lot of Stalker and robotic. It can be DT, but it would be really strange to have this kind of thing. So here it's simple: Immortal, Void, Immortal, Void, Immortal, Void, Immortal, Void, and Void, Immortal. It's not really hard to play. You will see that if he attacks you, he will lose the game. But what is really important is that the opponent can play basically 2 playstyles, maybe 3 playstyles. The first one is the most common is playing with Blink, like a Blink, then Blink Zealot Archons. And the second one is playing Mass Phoenixes. Mass Phoenixes will mostly come when the opponent play with 2 adepts first. If he doesn't play with 2 adepts first, you will never play against Mass Phoenixes. In case of Mass Phoenixes, it's really easy. I did another video about this. I will put it in the description of this video and at the top right corner of this video. It's Mass Phoenix versus Mass Phoenix. So you add another Stargate, you take your 2 gas really fast, and Phoenix plus range. But in other case, you will simply play like this. So keep in mind that going outside of your base now can be a bit risky because you are in a good position in defense. But if you go at this position and he play with blink, you can lose the game. I did a sentry here because I lost my oracle. If I doesn't lose my oracle, I will scout with my oracle. Here I did a sentry because I want to know what happened. It's really important to know if he takes a third base. If he doesn't take a third base, for example, I will probably not make any probes. I will simply add shield battery and things like this. Maybe a forge with cannons. As you can see, I did upgrades on my cybernetic core, and I will simply add my my fleet beacon. Most of the time, I add my fleet beacon after my third void or after my my third base. It depends. If you want to play defensively, you will do it a bit later, like here. But now I know that it doesn't attack me. He has 2 immortal here, a sentry, a lot of gateway, so it's probably a blink timing here. So now I know that I only play against stalkers, but not against an all-in. So I'm safe. Now I will add my second Stargate at the middle of the fleet beacon, and I will play with Carrier and Immortal plus Void. Really easy. So it tries to attack me. It can be good. It can be good. I will be a bit supply blocked. As you can see, he killed the 1 pylon. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. 2 pylon. So here I'm a little bit supply blocked, but it's still okay. So it doesn't see my fleet beacon. As you can see, I doesn't make any probes at the moment on this base because I didn't see his third base. He's a bit late. He's a bit late. He tries to attack me, so of course he will kill some building, like for example this this shield battery. But it's not very. Yeah, it's okay. It's totally okay. It's okay. So here I keep some immortal here in case of blink timing. As you can see, it's hard to attack him. It's really hard to attack him, to attack him and to defend. It really depends on the map. For example, Romanticide is amazing for this build order. Just amazing because the third base is easy to defend and yeah, simply. So now I will simply make Void, Carrier and Immortal. In terms of Immortal, if you doesn't need any more Immortal, don't make more Immortal. You only you need at least 3 Immortals, but if you don't need more than 4 or 5, don't make these Immortals. Keep in mind that most of the time the player will try to play with a blink timing. With a blink timing, of course, he can kill your carrier by blinking on him, but if he does this kind of move, he will instantly lose against Immortals. That's the reason why they are here. And as you can see, in every base, most of the time in every base, I will put some pylon and I will try to do a little SimCity. It's good to do this kind of thing when you play against a gateway playstyle. Simply because as you can see, he can't move everywhere. He will use many units by trying to attack you. So yeah, here he killed 2 Immortals. Pylon, but to be honest, in terms of supply, I'm really okay. Okay. So you need to know that with this build order, yes, you doesn't really need to have a lot of base early in the game. It's hard to defend every base, so try at least to have always 3 base working. Always expand when you feel safe. Here, for example, I will not expand. Keep in mind that playing against this kind of thing can be a bit tricky because Archons can do a lot of damage to carriers. So here I will simply go back to defense. Simply go back to defense. You don't need to attack. It's probably the most important thing when you do this build order. Don't attack if you don't need to attack. Keep in mind that having 200 supply army is your goal. So here, for example, I can try to take another base, a fourth base, because he can't attack me. He can't really attack me, so I'm in a good position. It does a lot of gateway units. So here I will start adding more immortals. If you can kill, yes, try to kill archons. Archons are probably the most important things to kill. For example, in terms of gas, one immortal is 6 stalkers. One archons is 6 stalkers. But the most important thing is that it does a tons of damage to carriers, to interceptors. So here I will add third Stargate. You can add it earlier in the game. It will depend. If you take a lot of damage, don't take it too early. And in other case, you can take it. So here my fight is really bad because my immortals are here and can't attack anything. But as you can see, even with this kind of thing, I can still do a tons of damage. Even without my immortal. So here I kill archons, and I will take again my fourth base. In terms of mineral, I'm really high. It's simply because after the 12-minute mark, if you doesn't took any big damage, yeah, this situation will happen. And in most cases, I will simply add a lot of cannons everywhere to not lose the game. But here, I will make carriers and still immortals. As you can see, in terms of gateway units, I did some gateway units. I did 3 stalkers and 1 sentry, maybe 4 stalkers. Yeah, but most of the time I will only make 2 stalkers in all the game. Only 2 stalkers it's way enough. You don't need a lot of them. It's okay. And you see, I don't attack. I can attack. If I want, I can attack, but I don't need to attack. I simply don't need to attack. Here, I did my my mothership. Mothership is a good unit. Sorry for this camera move. The mothership, yes, is a good unit. Here I warp some stalkers. As you can see, I didn't make any cannons here. I need some cannons, so I make cannons now. I have a lot of mineral. I don't want to lose too many probes, so yeah. Try to not lose too many probes. It's stupid. Make cannons. It's why this builder is good for beginners, because you can play with static defense and simply stay at home. You don't really need to scout. What is really important is that at one moment you will attack him, and when you will attack him, you will need to focus some precise unit. For example, you will need to focus Tempest, you will need to focus Carriers, and if you can, you will need to focus Archons. So basically, your main targets will be Carriers, Tempest, Archons, in this order. If you can't reach, for example, Carriers, you will simply focus Archons. Yeah. So here I go back. I simply go back. Let's go a bit faster. I go back, and in terms of upgrade, I have two cybernetic, and I will attack on my +3 timing. Most of the time I attack on my +3 timing. I think that maybe here I attack before this timing. Yeah. He uses storm. Storms are great. They are really great. So keep in mind that in this situation, you will simply need to go back. Don't attack too fast. Attack slowly, and try to circle his army like me, if you can. Yes. So here, yes, I simply go back. Now I have my +3 attack. I have in terms of supply, I'm full supply. So you see, I lose tons of interceptor in each move, but he lose all his army. He lose all his army. Here I focus High Templars, and you will see I focus Archons. Yeah, I hard focus Archons, and I simply attack. I simply attack. And yeah, it's the last fight now. Last fight. I can use the I don't remember the name, but I can use the skill of the mothership to make units slower, and yeah, I simply attack with carriers, and it's a win. It's a strong build order. It's a really strong build order, and I think that it's the easiest macro build order for the PvP.